Remotely Renee. We got my VP, Paul Garino, my sister, Nicole Young, and my snooker booker, me Madre, my mother. Here with me, the Two Lit crew is in account. And on this day, 10 years ago, PG Sports was started by our amazing co-host Paul Garino. That's why we got this here. Look at all the athletes. You see boxers, you see basketball players. There's a lot going on. PG Sports has been doing his thug thizzle. You see I came repping. We're actually filming this. Today is PG Sports Day, June 24th. That's when we're filming. So we know we had to show up. You see his hat. He had to flex on us with the hat. Of course, it's a PG exclusive. But congratulations, VP. How does it feel to have started a business when you were 2 years old? Like, I think that's crazy. How does it feel?
Yeah, so I was 19, so not 2, but sure. No, it's pretty crazy just to, starting your in between your years in college and now here.
So what is like one of the biggest accomplishments that you've gotten in this 10-year? Because I know, let me just name some things that I know off the top of my head. Tremaine, the midget, that's his nickname, the boxer. He reps your short. I watched on TV a boxer walk out, PG Sports plastered all over his boxing trunks. Like I've seen you have your sign, you have Crystal Dangerfield, Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. You work with, I know you work with legends in the women's basketball space. So what has been the biggest accomplishment for you in your 10-year that you think?
Well, one of them is definitely you.
Come on now, thank you. Checks in the mail.
But yeah, no, I just think, it's funny too, because originally when I wanted to start it, I was just going to make it just baseball, and I don't work with any athletes in baseball.
Now that's crazy.
So it worked out because I wanted to diversify myself, and that's why I said sports, because I'll work with whoever, and now I work with, not a lot of marketing companies do that anyways in general, so it's dope to, and then connect everybody to different worlds of life.
Okay, so I like that. You ask me this all the time. What grade would you give your first 10 years? How would you rank your first 10 years?
An A.
Okay. I know. See, he's different than me. I give myself the worst scores. Okay. And what is something 10 years from now? What do you see PG Sports doing 10 years from now?
I don't do stuff like that, but just bigger and better.
Okay, so just more of the same, but just on
all right. So my motto every time if someone came up to me, I just said I'm just trying to blow up.
So you're just trying to blow up?
Yeah.
At a certain point, you did blow up and go viral on TikTok. We do know that.
No,
it's logged here.
He said no. Well, you know what, Paul? I want to break in here, and I'm gonna tell you that I feel away. I'm having a moment because I see you got the fresh hat, which that is amazing.
Get your stuff in the mail.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Renee is repping, you repping, me and Snooker over here left behind that we lost in the sauce. So
people.
Yeah, we're the stepchildren right now. So I want to say that I do feel away, and I'll be expecting my box in the mail with my PG Sports so that me and Snook can rep ours together next week.
You'll get your box.
Facts.
Yeah,
so
the one that Renee's wearing, I made that. It's just a font. I made it on Paint Bucket. So I just made it and put it on a shirt.
Oh my
This
goodness.
guy, that's why I said the jack
Paint
of all
bucket.
trades. Here's a funny story about VP and me. We have a gazillion of them.
Uh-oh.
But VP, VP wanted to one night let me know that he can do a lot of different things. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. So I'm like, VP, you must be today years old when you realize that I chose you because you're amazing. You didn't just happen to fall from a tree and it was okay, this is the guy. VP is doing amazing things. I see how he can figure out a trade, and anything I ask him to do is whether it's a trademark, branding, something one-stop shop. So I already knew that. So he was today years old when that happened, and we are all today years old when we say congratulations on 10 years, PG Sports.
Wait, can I tell one more story?
Yes, please.
I'll just say the first time I ever met you in person in real life, I thought I was never going to talk to you again because I thought you hated me.
Why? What happened?
When we couldn't find the car, you were pissed off.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, and I never really felt like that. I was like, I think Renee hates me. I was like, well, I never.
Well, let me tell you what happened. If anybody has been to the Mohegan Sun, it is like a maze, okay? A casino. I'll just tell you, a casino. Think of those type of areas. I asked Paul, I said, hey, who's the adult in the room that can help us out? Like I had to say, like, because you don't know what's going on. Who's the adult around here that can tell us what's going on? But we went on to have a lovely photo shoot and now, as you can see, the rest was history. I can't believe that is the first time we met. Yes, I said to him, where's the adult? Because I don't see one handling this stuff, but it ended up being okay.
Oh, and
So
because
I
the first
digress.
time we were supposed to meet, you were just taking too long in the showers. And
Yeah,
when you were on the sun.
Listen, I don't like when people wait for me after the games anyway. I like to take my time, sometimes get in the cold tub, think about what just happened in the game. Sometimes I watch back stuff because I'm like, wait, did that really happen? I'm one of those people. So you don't want to wait for me after the games. Cole, all of them, Snook, they all know. Serena knows now too. I'm usually the last to come out the locker room. But yes, congratulations. Happy PG 10-year anniversary. Okay. We love to see it.
Guys.
And now the floor is yours, PG. Take us to Scoreboard. What's going on in the business world?
All right, so this one was pretty cool. It kind of feels like, you know, the real world, whatever, all these, you know, reality shows. NBA invited 7 social media influencers for the first ever NBA house to create league content. So like, I'm just interested to see like what the heck they're going to create.
Do you guys know what he means by that, Cole and Snook?
You guys know what the real world is?
Yeah, it's like, I'm about to say, is it like a real world scenario where they
like.
pick a bunch of people in, and I guess it's gonna wrap it into sports? Are they like staying there?
Yeah,
like,
apparently.
Like, I need to know. They're gonna put all those people in there to stay there, and it has to do with the NBA. I'm like, we need more details on that, but it is intriguing. It's gonna make me watch because I want to know, like, is that what we're really talking about? So I guess
I feel like there's going to be watch parties every time there's a game.
Business.
There's going to be watch parties. Here's another thing that you guys should know. This house situation isn't a new thing. VP introduced this into my world where influencers literally go and stay in like mansions, live together and stay in these nice houses. And then they just create content all day and they use each other's like social influence to make themselves bigger and bigger and bigger. So this going to stay in a house and make a lot of money because you're an influencer. What are those houses called, Paul? There's already a couple of them out there.
Yeah, like the Sway House, the whatever. There's a million of them.
There's a million of them where these influencers, they go stay together in a house and then they like create all day. Like they create TikToks and content and they make a lot of money doing it. Yeah, like that's what they make a lot of money.
Well, let me just say, you all could come here. We could do it here.
Oh, West Virginia reality show.
Oh my goodness! In the
have you ever
Mama.
seen?
Ideas here?
Have you guys ever seen LeBron James?
LeBron James.
LeBron James, the kid in the country, and he makes all these different things, and he hoops and workout things out of.
Yes, I saw the workout facility
he's probably from
that
West
he
Virginia.
made.
Probably from West Virginia.
Well, let me tell you, we won't have a Sway House, but we could, like Mom said, we could have one in West Virginia called the Nay House.
Okay, Nay House. You know what? You guys, look, I'm all about. You see, they shouldn't say stuff like that to me because we had. What if we had a company retreat? What if we had a company retreat called the Nay House and all weekend, we're filming all weekend reality style. And at a certain point, we don't go to sleep for 24 hours. Everybody stays up. We not playing that. You not sleeping in the Nay House tonight. And we should do it when there's a big event going on. Like if there's a big boxing match or a big game and we all are in the Nay House. And so one night we all are watching the game. The next night I don't know. I think I'm gonna shelf that idea. Snooker Booker, would you be down to come through the Nay House?
Oh, definitely would. You know what? I'd be heading it up.
Mom, what's going
we
on?
love to see
24 hours. 24 hours, Mom. I don't even know. I don't know. Don't. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not staying up 24 hours. Y'all can be mad as y'all want. I'm not staying up 24 hours.
What if we had a competition? If you stay up 24 hours, you're in the pool to make $1,000. Like, what if we started making it out competitions now to see who won?
Well, then I'm in. I'm in. You know how we do a competition now.
Stay up 24 hours for $1,000. All good.
You would go to sleep?
Yeah.
PG Sports got money. He got money.
Mom, what'd you
My
say you would do?
man.
I said I'll probably be doing a 24-hour tonight. That probably
Oh
would-
my goodness. And they do that. See, Snook and them be up for no reason sometimes. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you everybody that will win the $1,000, all the kids. All the kids will be in the morning with their hands out, Junior, all of them, Pooh Bear, Kaya, they would all be standing there with their hands out waiting on their money. And I wouldn't be able to tell if they fell asleep or not. That's just I tell you right now, I'm gonna be sleep up in their house, okay? I'm gonna be sleep. I know myself. What
They
else we got,
always
VP?
behind me.
Oh, Snook said she would be up. Snook,
Fine.
we would have breakfast in the morning. We wake up and Snook would have been like, 24 hours is finished and there'd be breakfast ready for everybody to eat. VP, what you got next?
Alex and Felix, Olympian legend. She just made her 5th Olympics now. She's 35, so that's like super rare. She left Nike over when she was pregnant. I forgot exactly what happened, but it was something like, I think they just didn't want to sponsor her anymore because they didn't know if she was going to come back or whatnot. And now she's making her own clothing line and shoe brand.
So this is very, very interesting because I remember what happened. She got pregnant, and just like in women's sports, when a woman gets pregnant, it's all of a sudden looked at as damaged goods. Like, they look at the woman as she'll never come back. Even on the WNBA advertisement, they did the count it. They said the Dewana Bonner had twins, count it twice. Like, yeah, like count it twice. And so just to put in perspective, Allison was one of the top track and field athletes in the world. As VP said, she's going into her 5th Olympics. How rare is that? Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird are going into their 5th Olympics, and that is historic. That is like history in the making, because for you to go into your 5th Olympics, you have to do the math. The Olympics only happen every 4 years, which means for 20 plus years, you have to be the best of the best, not just play the sport for 20 years, because we know people play the sport for long amounts of time. But for 20 years, you have to be the best of the best. That's the group we're talking about. That's the Allison type of group. So I love to see that she's starting her own brand of shoes. I love to see that she's still keeping her deal with Athleta. How do you say that? Athleta?
Atletica.
No.
No, Snook. Athleta. I love that thank you, Snook, but no thank you. I love that she's keeping her deal with Athleta, and then got a $3 million investment. Is it? She raised $3 million to launch her brand. Yes, this is what should happen. She's an elite athlete. She deserves all the things she's getting.
And you know what? It's not just it's not just in the sports world, it's in all the world. Whenever a woman gets pregnant, when she's in a high power position, whether it's corporate in the boardroom, it's almost like, ooh, they not by other females, of course, but in the male dominated world, that's what it's thought of, that's not like frowned upon, but frowned upon. So, I just think that she is having the same problem that a lot of women are having across the board. And a lot of companies are trying to be better on the outside, but sometimes not better on the inside. So I think it's great that she just decided she wasn't going to deal with it and she's going to do her own thing. So great.
Yeah. And I would say, not to put anything against the basketball players, but like track to do it 5 times is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's
basketball,
crazy.
Basketball, you could get there.
I just watched a movie the other night, Diddy and I, Fatherhood, with Kevin Hart. And his wife died of childbirth, and he had a high-tech job.
Spoiler alert!
And
I didn't even watch it yet.
He encountered problems because he was a single father raising a child. But the thing is that men get accommodations where women don't. So I won't spoil the movie, but it just
she said I won't spoil the movie, and after spoiling the movie, no, I'm joking. That's the storyline. I mean, that's not a big spoiler alert. That happens very early in the movie, just so people aren't up in arms. That's not a big spoiler alert. But yeah, to everyone's point, a woman, it's a knock on a woman. Even, if you look at all the top business women, a lot of them don't necessarily, they're not married. Some of them don't have children, because when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with on the, like Cole said, in a male dominated business world, basically, a lot of times men are at the top. They don't have to take off of leave if they get pregnant. You know, now we know there is paternity leave, shouts to equality, but they don't have to worry about that. They can come back to work when they want to. And so we understand that for a long time that it was looked at as a knock. But even in the WNBA, our most recent CBA, a women's league, we just now started adding things in for maternity. You know, we just now started to cover women when it comes to getting pregnant. So we all got a long ways to go, but I love to see what's going on with Allison because, like I said, well deserved, man.
And just to your point about the paternity leave, men are terrified to take it. It's almost a knock on them to take it.
Really?
So the companies offer it. Oh, I've heard a lot of men who don't want to take it because child rearing literally is the female's job. So it's like, you're really going to take off because your wife had a baby. So
yes, I am, because we had a baby.
Yeah, but it's available, but a lot of men are afraid to take it. They literally are. It's something that it's frowned upon even for them to take it. So they're afraid, like while they're out, they're like, if he's going to keep on taking off for his kid, we got to get somebody to fill in the position. And that's how they feel about it.
Welcome to the jungle, man. That's all I'll say. Welcome to the jungle, VP. What up next?
Yeah, so we're trying something new now. Our guest this week is Ben Baller, so we're going to just like evaluate kind of his stuff. His net worth, claiming from celebritynetworth.com, is 100 million. And if you guys, I'm sure as all the viewers seen, like he's pretty much on everything, like any kind of sporting thing. And he's a jeweler by trade, but he's on like every kind of sports thing or anything. He just came out with a gold grill like that you could cook on. He has his own weed. He has like pretty much anything.
Ben Baller did the strain. Come on with the branding. Come on with the branding.
Pretty much anything under the sun. And I believe you asked him, can you sell anything?
I asked him, can he sell anything? Because I've watched Ben the Baller sell everything. Like imagine a grill that you cook on. He's selling that in all gold, I believe too. This is another thing. He sells things in all gold because anybody worth $100 million, what else are you going to sell it in? So he sold a grill in all gold. He showed a mini fridge, all gold. He sold a money counter. He sold, I think, a money shooter. Like this guy drips gold. He's a jewel. You know what? Ben the Baller needs to do the chain for me, okay? Because I need to have me some stuff. Actually, on the, we're going to talk. He's next on 101, Remotely 101. We go with Ben the Baller. We talk to him. There's a lot of money talk. Serena makes me ask him to make me a ring, even though I thought the little ring that you see all the athletes wearing that we can wear while we play, while we work out. You don't have to take it off. It's comfortable. Apparently, the fiance wants me to get a nicer ring. So I asked Ben the Baller about that too. And you know what? He said yes, but what else you got? So tell me some numbers, VP, just so we can get an idea.
Yeah, so I mean, when I had him on my podcast, he said that even though, last year was a pandemic, he made like $20 million, and that was like one of his best years ever. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Nicole.
But like I said to him, because he felt weird to say it, but I told him, like, there always has to be winners and losers, like in everything. So
no, and that's the thing. But Cole, and I want to preface this, he never brags about it. Yeah. He always is like so humble about it. But Cole, talk about in a pandemic year, how baller do you have to be to make $20 million in a pandemic?
That's beyond winning. When you can sit in your house and 20 million just walks to your doorstep, that's beyond winning. Like he didn't have to do anything, and 20 million was his best year sitting at home during the pandemic.
He was doing stuff though. He was dropping stuff. I'll say.
I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away that he did anything. I'm just saying everyone else was in their house watching Netflix and trying to wrap our minds around the fact that we really could not leave our house. And this man had checks just walking up to his doorstep because he was in there like, all right, well, fine. I can't go out to get the money. I'm gonna make the money come and get me. So, that is goals. $20 million. Wow.
Listen,
I was just happy if I could cut my bills down during the pandemic. I was happy I cut my bills down. I was like, you know what? I'm saving on gas. I'm not driving. Those are my goals. 20 million was not in that scope of goals.
We love your goals, Cole. Those were ours as well. This is money game, snooker booker.
Well, I guess he was making money while I was sitting here trying to figure out where I could order toilet tissue from. There was a low toilet tissue issue or whatever. That was the highlight.
Oh my Snook, let me tell y'all, we remember them people that was hoarding sanitizer, they was hoarding tissue, they was hoarding everything. So I'm here in Atlanta, so ain't nothing coming through here. Snooka Booka, man, she was the MVP. I'm gonna tell you right now. Snooka Booka with all of us, me, Cole, and Shay, all of our households. So when I say all of our households, I mean all of her children's households. Snooka Booka was not gonna have us. I was using. Okay, now this is maybe an overshare. We just decided to use wipes. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. But we ran out of toilet tissue, so we was using wipes. And I told Snooka Booka that, and ever since that moment, she was on Sam. She was like trying to Google us. How can she get us some toilet tissue? I checked the mail one day. And just like Ben the Baller checks the mail and gets $1 million checks, I checked the mail and I got a whole big, huge shipment of toilet tissue, compliments of my Snooka Booka. That was goals for me in the pandemic, to Cole's point.
Let me tell you, how happy we were. Vance posted up on it like, yeah. I sent my mom
photos with the toilet tissue.
One time we're like, y'all see it?
I know you see it.
Yeah, and I also sent it to my sister-in-laws and the Ohio crew too. The bucket.
Oh my gosh.
So
Snook was out there slanging toilet tissue in the pandemic. And Ben the Baller, who we have up right now for Remote One-on-One, he was slanging jewelry. He has contracts that look like athletes. He's working with the NFL, the MLB, the NBA. I'm gonna let y'all hear from Ben. Check it out.
So like there's no other athletes. I mean, there's no other jewelers doing what you're doing. You're represented by XL Sports, you said.
Yeah. So I'm represented by XL Sports Management. Shout out to Eric Eways and Matt Davis, my agents. I think it was a fluke. Not a fluke. I'm sorry. It was just like a weird situation. So, I've always had it. I've had a few different glow ups in my life, right? Business wise.
What were those? Just let's walk. What were the couple glow ups to lead to that, to get to XL?
I had a reality TV show, right? It was on a small TV network called Fuse. And then the dumbed down version went to Google, which went to YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. And then popularity grew, social media got bigger, Instagram came out. Some of these things were before Instagram, and I would have like another like milestone, as you would say, lack of a better term, glow up, right? So, around 2017, when the Plain Jane song came out, I had made the joke reference. I retired. I was done with jewelry October 2016. I was just over it. I had overwhelmed. I was involved in a clothing brand with A$AP Rocky. I had a cannabis thing. So I was like, yeah, I'm just done with jewelry. So I retired on top, right? And then A$AP Rocky's like, nah, bro, you can't quit. Like, I ain't gonna let you quit, And in January 2017, I posted the MJ in 45, the 45 jersey. I said, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, A$AP Ferg recorded this song called Plain Jane, and he played it for me. And I was like, all right, cool. I've been in 40, 50 rap songs, right? Even big ones, no big deal. I've had Drake shout me out, you name it. I didn't know this was going to be a global hit. I didn't know it was going to be, Ben Baller the Chain. I didn't know I was going to be trademarking that term.
Baller did. I was about to say, everybody knows the line Ben Baller did.
They really do know the song. Even if you don't know me, let's say, for instance, I could be somewhere like, oh, I know that song, So like, I trademarked the name and things like that. So like, I'd say 2019 is just super random. And it all started from sneakers. There was a message forum that started and birthed a lot of people in the culture of sneaker collecting, fashion, you name it. And it was called Nike Talk. Oh. And a lot of people were on Nike Talk to get early release news, leaks of pictures. There are Nike employees. It's a really amazing forum. This is, circa 99 to like 2004. It's still around now. And it was really popping throughout the early 2000s. But, Wale was on there. Kanye was on there. Just a lot of people were on there.
Sneakerheads. Wale's one of the biggest sneakerheads I know too, by the way.
And I was way crazier than he was, right? Like I was beyond insane. And thank God I'm not. But there was a guy on there who was flipping sneakers, and he was really young. He was 15. And there's a company called Anti-Social Social Club that started from Nike Talk, and just like, huge companies, big brands. So this kid, Eric Eways, he made the front cover. He made the front page of the Wall Street Journal as a sneaker reseller. Wow. And we were like a tight community. We're like, oh shit, okay. And then I made the Guinness Book of World Records. I sold my collection, and it hit like, broke all the records. In fact, even Michael Jordan's Hurricane Katrina auction with all his personal pairs didn't beat like my sneaker auction, right?
What was that price tag looking like, just so we can have an idea?
It
Like
was just a little bit under $3 million in 2004.
A little under $3 million in 2004.
It's crazy is I had invested maybe less than 60 grand into the collection.
Wow.
A lot was like connections, doing things. I was working with Nike, doing marketing with them, plugs, finding things, doing a lot of barter. I am a very, very, very big believer of the barter system. So
I'm not gonna lie, samesies.
Yeah, hey man. So E-Ways, he ended up actually getting a degree at GIA, which is in gemology and jewelry and stuff and things. And I guess I didn't talk to him for a long time. He's like, hey bro, I'm VP of a pretty big sports agency. And I was like, first of all, I know like 2 sports agencies, and maybe 3 because Clutch. And I was like, I know like 3, like, so let me hear it. And it was kind of like a pitch. He's like, yeah, so I'm vice president of XL Sports. I was like, oh, that's Derek Jeter.
That's big time, yeah.
Like, no, not just Derek Jeter, Ben. It's like, we have Tiger Woods, we have Peyton Manning, we have this, and this. And, one thing about them was they're always picking up the new talent. They're really good at getting like young guys early. Like, they represent Joker, Jokic and even like Trevor Lawrence, just getting new people. So like, they were like, hey man, we want to try something. Like, why the fuck you want to try something with me, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm old. I don't have many, chances. Like, I want to, theatrically, I'm represented by WME, right? William Morris. And I've been with CAA before. And I was like, have an agent and manager. I was like, so talk to me. What's up? And they were like, okay, we want to try something with people who aren't athletes. And I'm like, they're like, but you technically you were. So I was like, okay, tell me a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, I saw a football picture back in the day. Young Ben.
Yeah, got a scholarship playing football in college. I D1 too, which is crazy, right? And then I played basketball. Basketball was more of my love, which is crazy, right? More than football. The only thing was, technically, I was better in football. I thought I was better in basketball, but I wasn't. I was. But I got to play a lot of great, against a lot of great people coming up. So that story too, XL liked. I guarded Steve Nash 2 years in a row in college. Played against Jason Kidd, Harold Miner, a lot of really great, some of the great, greatest players there were. So they liked the history I had, and they said, "Hey man, have you heard of NBA 2K?" And I was like, "Come on, man!
Don't stop playing. Listen to the stuff that you're getting tossed at you."
So they're like, "Hey man, they want to put you in the game," and I'm like. I was like, bro, I'll do it for free. What the fuck are you talking? I'll do it. Like, come on, man. They're like, no, can't do it for free. Like, likelihood and this and that. And I've been in NBA 2K now for 3 years in a row. And like, each year, like more things happen. Like, I think next year that they might be, in the playground, right, in the park. You might be able to buy my jewelry now, right? Because you could get like Off-White, Fear of God stuff. So they're marketing, doing these things, and so I'm not realizing. And the best part about it is. My ego can get so inflated at times. My agent has to deal with people that are like, think about an average NBA starter.
Yeah.
Their contracts are, upwards of the 8-figure range. Yeah. So, if he has to deal with them, imagine, for me, even though he's like, yo, you're a little more difficult than that, Ben. You're a unique person, like you have a lot of plugs. I've never seen nothing like it before. There's something about you that's different. And I like it, but I'm going to be honest with you. You're not for everyone. And I was like, what am I supposed to mean? And he goes, look, like situation with Blake Griffin, when there was an issue with him on the bench with the ball manager or ball boy, whatever. And he's like, that incident stopped the check for him, or maybe he did certain things. It's like, so like, you got to tell people, hey man, this is what happens. Boom. And you're a little loose with the verbs on Twitter. And, you have
you be tweeting up, boy. You be tweeting it up.
And like Kendrick Perkins would be like, yo, Ben, you gotta chill out, bro. Like you
and if Kendrick Perkins is telling you to chill out, you on one.
I know.
So I talked to Ben right before Father's Day, and he's one of those very present, very busy fathers. So he talked about he had to fly to Father's Day was in between 100 trips, but he made sure to come in for Father's Day. We love to see it. We've been talking about paternity leave, and he's one of those dads that he doesn't need it because he's his own boss, but he's one of those dads that would deserve it. I love to see it. Ben the Baller, we're fans over here. Ben the Baller did the strain, the chain. We want it all, Ben, okay?
WNBA collab.
Okay, I like that. Let's
Sounds
make it
good,
happen.
sounds good.
Let's
Let's
make
do
it happen. And speaking of WNBA, one of the broadcasters for our Atlanta Dream is Angel Gray. I'm about to call her up for a remote game show.
Hello.
Hello, is this Angel Gray?
This is Angel Gray. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. You are live right now on Remotely Renee. We have a segment we like to call Remote Game Show, and you are currently on it.
You're joking, right?
I am not joking. I am being...
Joke.
This is not a joke. You are on live right now with the Two Lit crew as well. And you are going to have a minute and a half to answer 5 questions. If you don't know the answer to a question, you can say skip and I'll come back to it. But you have to answer the questions within a minute and a half. Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Oh.
I need to, can I phone a friend? Like, what is
You
going on?
can't phone a friend. This is all you. But you have a lot of time. A minute and a half is more time than you think. We've ran sprints before, okay? We know that.
All right, well, let's do it. Let's make this work. I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1. VP, start the clock. Question number 1. The Olympics are held every how many years?
I can answer now, right?
Yeah.
You heard me? 4.
4. Correct. Which planet is known as the red planet?
Jupiter.
Ah.
Oh, wait, Mars.
Mars. What year was the first iPhone released?
Ooh, this was like in college. I was like, it had to be around 2006, 7 or something like that. Don't quote. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking it was definitely when I was in college, freshman, sophomore. I would say 2007.
Wow. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Unbelievable. What's the hardest rock?
What? You gotta be kidding me. Shoot. Okay, so time out. How many guesses do I get from this one?
You get one guess every time, Angel. You don't get a lot of options.
Can I
10
get
seconds.
Okay, wait.
You are going to be mad when you see the answer, and you have about 10 seconds.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it, Diamond.
Correct. Woo! What basketball player did Snook shock everyone and tell us she's a huge fan of?
Who? I need to repeat the question.
She got 3 out of 5.
Oh my gosh. Angel, I love you. That was hilarious. You got, how many did she get right, guys?
3 out of 5.
She got 3 right. You got 3 correct. That's not a bad stance. Snook is me.
Caught off guard. I'm about to eat and I'm all flustered.
That's the best part about it. I just roll the phone and click somebody in the phone and I call them right up. We thank you for joining us here on Remotely Renee.
Wow.
In this segment we like to call Remote Game Show.
Wow. All right. I'm glad I could help.
Bye. Oh my gosh. She was amazing.
She said,
She
what?
was absolutely 100% amazing. I'm
That was
sorry.
hilarious. She was funny. She said, what?
She said, what? And then she thought, because when you say stone, that's how you know she's smart, boy. You say stone, and she was like, what? And then she started to think a little bit, and oh, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yes. Okay, I love Remote Game Show, might be my new favorite. Okay, I'm just saying that was really fun. Something else that I didn't really think was going to be fun, but now I start to enjoy it a little bit. Oh, for our happening IRL, we have my makeup artist, Kimberly Cruz, who also is the founder. Yes, Show my sis-in-law some love, okay? Kimberly Cruz is the founder of K Cruz Cosmetics. It's the lip wear that you only see me wearing at all times. That's why I ain't never chap lip, because I have it on stock, okay? I buy a lot of it, as you should too. But Cole actually had a talk with Kimberly just about her brand, about starting her own company, about all things makeup that I'm just not used to sitting in a makeup chair every day. I'm used to dribbling a ball, shooting a ball every day. Sitting in a makeup chair every day sounded like the Kardashian life. It became my life. Listen to Kimberly.
Hello, hello. Happening this week, we have Kimberly Cruz, makeup artist to the stars. And Kim's going to actually give us a little bit about herself. She's going to tell us her name and give us a little bit about her makeup line.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kimberly Cruz. I'm owner of K Cruz Cosmetics and makeup artist to Renee Montgomery.
Yes, and for those who don't know, Kim is actually also family. She is the sister to Serena, and she is also the family who does her makeup from week to week for all of her glammed up appearances. So what we want to do is sit down today and just tell us a little bit about, you are in a the makeup industry, and what made you want to be in the makeup industry, and when did that feeling begin?
I knew I wanted to be a makeup artist sometime in college, but I had always had influences from my mom being a hairdresser. A lot of women in my family are hairdressers as well. But in college, I really wanted to, sit down and really think about what I wanted to do. And I was in a public speaking class, and we had to give a presentation on how to do something. And I decided that I was going to do it on how to apply like a quick 10-minute makeup. And from that, I presented it to the class. Everyone loved it, and people actually wanted to book me. So from that's kind of what sparked it. It still took about like maybe another half a year for me to actually decide what I wanted to do. But then after that, that was what really got my passion started. I had already been heavy into beauty and stuff like that, but the love for makeup came during that time. And then I told my parents, I was like, well, I really want to make this a career. I want to go to school. So I went online, I found the best school that I could find for makeup. And, me and my parents, we worked it out, and I went to New York.
Of course, and that's where you want to go. So what school did you actually attend in New York, and how long did that process take?
In New York, I went to Makeup Designery. It's they also have a couple of campuses in California.
Oh,
So I went there for about 6 months.
great.
And it was a really extensive training program. They taught you a lot about face shapes and stuff like that. I mean, me as an artist, or just as a person, I've always liked to, if I'm going to do something, I want to learn how to do it professionally. Hair, I went to school, I got my license. For makeup, I thought it should be the same thing, so that when I'm looking for jobs, I have something to give someone that says I'm certified to do this, or I'm educated in knowing how to do this.
And it shows, because you
Thank
do beautiful, beautiful work. I've even told you I am not a makeup person, and I'm like, you're going to give me a tutorial. Like I'm in a different area, but just give me a quick one just to apply stuff correctly. So yeah, so you already had the passion for it, and you kind of like was sprung into it by, mistake, which is a beautiful way for it to start, because you already knew that you had something there to move you forward. So then you go to school, you get your license, and you're doing makeup. So how did that transcend into sports and to the sports area? Because, did you know that it would take you into sports, or is it you were going to school because you were going to do everyday person, or maybe even stars? But how did it transcend into that sports area?
It's funny, it's God. I didn't think that I would ever end up in sports, or, any type of field like this, just because when I originally went into this, it was stuck in my head. I wanted to do like fashion makeup. I wanted to do, runway shows and photography. And I did do that. I got the chance through my career to do basically everything that I wanted to do. I worked in movies, I worked on fashion sets, I worked in photo shoots, every field of makeup that you could touch in, I was able to do. So I feel like that prepared me to be in this field, when I started working with Renee, it was right in my alley, as weird as it sounds, because me and Renee's styles just match in makeup. My style is really more natural, more simple. I love to, as a makeup artist, take what people already have and just enhance that, what we're working with already, your eye shape, your cheekbones, your face shape, your eyebrows, whatever it is. I like to just take what you already have and just enhance that, So working with Renee, that just came easy because Renee likes to be glammed, but it has to be a certain type of natural glam. But I feel like it's the perfect medium. So that's why I love working with Renee, because we really get to kind of push each other. And now she's the one sometimes that tells me, like, I really want to go crazy today. I want to go outside of the box. I want to do purple eyeshadow or something. And then I'm like, okay, great. Let's try it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see how she's starting to understand makeup a little bit more. Also, come into her own when it comes to makeup and, being family and her being my sister. And I really get to kind of experiment a little bit more with her because I know she'll let me kind of like go there. But I still like to keep Renee in her, in her comfortable space. I never want to take anyone out of their out of where they're comfortable from. So I really like to it's really fun for me as an artist to see Renee like really, experiment a little bit more now and kind of like, let me have a little bit more freedom with creativity. So it's a lot of fun working with Renee. You never know what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, that's very true. I was going to say, I think a lot of that, experimentation is because when back in the day, and I shouldn't say back in the day, like I said, long ago, but, there weren't very many women sportscasters. And so now you see a lot more women in front of the camera. And when you're athlete, sometimes you do glam up when you're on your, doing your own thing, but you never was really a requirement for every day. And so that's even flowed over for you. You were saying even into now with the dream and stuff, now there are the players and they want to actually glam up as well. So when you see that as a dynamic, and as far as women being more sports women being more in front of the camera, does that kind of influence your line a little bit as far as like the natural, like you said, the natural part of it and meeting people where they are? Have you had to frame some of your line to kind of meet those standards because everybody doesn't want to do the beefed up glam?
Yeah, definitely. Working with Renee has taught me a lot, working with the players as well with the Atlanta Dream. It's taught me a lot, it's taught me that you can be an athlete, you can be a powerful woman, and you can still want to look a certain way. It doesn't have to be a 10 as in, your makeup, you have to have on full glam, lashes and all of this, but you can have on a little bit of, a nice lip gloss, some brow gel, a little bit of mascara, maybe light contour, a little bit of just anything, whatever is in your realm of being comfortable. And it's really fun to see, the girls as well on the team also ask me, oh, can I have, some blush or some eyeliner? It really lets me know that they want to still be all of these things, still be powerful and still be an athlete, but still have fun with their look and show people like we're more than just athletes. We can be everything.
Absolutely. And I agree. And that's why I said it's wonderful, because I know with my sister growing up, we weren't really makeup people. Our family believes in, like you said, enhance the beauty that you have. So which is why we have we tone down look, but also at the same time, we still want to have a look. So also tell us a little bit about your line and what your line actually includes, just so, there are people out there. I love Renee's look, and I've always told you, I love her look. Whatever you have in your makeup bag and whatever you have on your line, let me know what it is. So tell me some things about your makeup line, like, where they can find it and just what it actually includes right now.
Yeah. So I always say that I feel like Renee came into, like, she started when she opted out, it was a total shift, and I feel like she started something with her look. So when we first started working together, I knew that Renee's look had to be something really unique, you know, simple, but also glam. She has to be on TV a lot, so we have to make her look a certain way. But I feel like we've curated the perfect look for her. So while I was working with Renee, I would have a lot of trouble finding good lip liners and good lip glosses. So we used to talk about it all the time and joke, and I would be like, I'm gonna just make my own stuff, because we keep spending money on these things and they break easily, or they're not very good, or they waste too fast. So she was like, just start your own thing. And I was like, I've always wanted to, but I never had like that extra push. So, with my sisters encouraging me, it was like, just do it. Renee's like, I love being around Renee because it's always like positive, and it's always like, yeah, just do it. Just do it. She's like, don't talk about it. Just do it. That's what Renee always says. Don't talk about it. Just do it. So I did that.
Right.
And, with that came my line. We started off with 6 glosses back in December, and now we're expanding into lip liners, and we're coming out with 2 new glosses, and they're actually dropping today. So I'm very happy to be able to announce that on the show.
So where can we get them? Like, where can we find it?
You can actually just go on kcruzbeauty.com and shop straight from our store, or you can find us on Instagram, KCruz Cosmetics, or my Instagram is KCruz Beauty Official. You can shop directly from my Instagram page. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. So believe me, everyone's gonna get off of here, including me, and look up and get some lip liners and some lip gloss, because I do. That's pretty much what I stick with. Again, like I said, we still owe me my little personal beauty thing, but
yes. Don't worry, I got you.
You got me. But yeah, I mean, I think that, like I said, a lot of women don't know how to experiment. I've seen people who like me and myself, I'll buy a ton of products and then can't use them and then throw them away, or they get thrown to the back of a drawer or whatever. So it's really nice that you're creating things that, for people with simple beauty who just want to enhance. Lip glosses and lip liners is a huge thing, because some things are really bright. Well, I am so glad you came on here today. I think that you're going to see more people, and more women, I should say, more women in sports in front of the camera, that look and making it personal and in the sports realm, as far as women who are they're actually going from sports to in front of the camera. I think it's going to create a whole different movement. So is there anything that you can actually you want to tell us about, or anything else you want to discuss with us in regards to women in sports and makeup?
So I have this hashtag that I use. It's called When Basketball Meets Glam, because we're starting to see so many women, really use makeup as a way to express themselves. We see it with Sha'Carri Richardson on the track with the nails and the glam and the hair and everything. It's such a cool way to let people know that, I'm an athlete, and, I could kick butt on this track or on this court or wherever, but this is also me. I love makeup. I love, it's just very cool for me to see everything that's taking place right now. We not only see Renee really, we not only see Renee, stepping out of her comfort zone, but we see also people like, Candace Parker, Skylar Diggins, Liz Cambage. when we were working on Media Day, for example, when I saw what they had came out with, I was like, well, you know, I need to step up my game as an artist, you know. What can I do for the dream to make them feel as beautiful as, you know, as they possibly can, and make them look and feel as beautiful as they possibly can, with still keeping them, like I said, to whatever they're comfortable to.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that yes, because sometimes when you ask someone to do your makeup, they do it to the hilt, and it's like, it's beautiful, but then you walk out and you're like, this doesn't even look like me. So I agree. I think that hashtag is actually great. So when sports meets glam, you said basketball meets glam.
When basketball meets glam, because we're seeing so much, you know, we're seeing so many women really, you know, use makeup and all of these things, using beauty period as a way to express themselves and let people know who they are, whether it's shoes, hair, your nails, or, you know, whatever way you choose to express yourself. You know, it's becoming a real movement, I feel, now, especially with the WNBA having so much attention now. I feel like we're gonna just see a ripple effect of, you know, what's been going on, and I'm really happy that, you know, I get to be in it with Renee, and, you know, just create a movement.
Yeah, just enjoy it, because you're in the beginning phase, and it's only going to go up from here. So Kim, it has been wonderful talking with you. Everyone, please go look at her line. It's amazing. You've seen Renee, it's amazing. So everybody just, you know, go out there, support. And like I said, we need to support women who are supporting women. And this is a great conversation to have. So Kim, thank you for coming, and thank you for being on Remotely Renee.
Thank you, Remotely Renee.
Okay, so I love Kimberly. Everybody knows that. That's my dog. She also does the makeup for the Atlanta Dream Media Day when you saw us looking fly or whatever. That was her. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? And then we even to talk about sports glam, like that's a whole different lane. And she even said she never even thought about going that way, but that's where it kind of took her, and she loves it. So, you know, shout out to Kim, because she's the GOAT now with sports glam.
Okay, I like that.
I've bought her products. I love them. Lip gloss is out of this world. And when we talk about sports glam, don't forget, you know, I'll talk about Alex Rodriguez a lot. He has a male line of cosmetics, and it's kind of, you know, we don't know if it's going to float or not, but he has things for blemishes. I don't know what products he has, but
okay. So I have a question then. VP, are you buying A-Rod's makeup line then? That's the question that we need to know. When A-Rod comes out with his makeup, are you supporting the kid? What's up?
Definitely not. I'm not wearing no makeup.
No man glam. No man glam.
Man glam.
Definitely not no makeup. And Kim was on theme with today's PG Sports because she was wearing the shirt too. Sorry, Cole again.
I'm about to say, oh, you just gonna rub it in. Okay. So you were just gonna go back and rub it in.
He's really dissing us, Nicole.
He's dissing us. Listen, VP, you better treat my family better and get them some stuff. But another thing is, A-Rod probably is going to make a lot of money, because all the men that are on TV doing makeup, they wear, I want y'all to know, all your favorite athletes that are on TV are wearing makeup. Just to make sure y'all don't, A-Rod's making makeup. Everyone on TV that's a man is wearing makeup. A-Rod's about to make a killing because he's cornered the market. There's no other man makeup. So now all the guys on TV are like, yeah, give me that man makeup. I want that man glam. They're not going to say man glam. I can tell you that. But they might say that man makeup, okay? I mean, that's smart. That man's thinking. That's all I'm going to say. And last but not least, I know a thinker myself, and that's my Snooka Booka. She helps you think. We don't want y'all to be uncultured and not know what's going on. I don't even know what she's talking about this week. But Snooka Booka, let us know what's going to happen on Remote Roots this week.
Okay, well, Remote Roots is going to talk about something that people are really enjoying after having been, I guess you want to say locked up for a year with COVID. Now people are wanting to get out, wanting to do things. And so there's a lot of festivals. I just happened to run into a festival in St. Albans, West Virginia, that was really out of sight this past weekend. And as you heard, Renee's coming in this weekend, and there's a festival going on in Charleston. It has one of the great pianists playing, and so we'll be going to that. And then the Sunday after that, I have a cousin who's coming from Tampa, Florida, to do an event. So you know, festivals are very important, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Check it out.
Last year, COVID-19 shut down businesses and churches, closed schools, wiped out family gatherings, and basically stopped all human interactive activities that our country and the world has become accustomed to down through the years. One of my favorite activities that was canceled was the many festivals that are held here in West Virginia. Events such as festivals contribute immensely to social cohesion and serve as an emotional outlet for both young and old. A festival is an event celebrated by a geographic area and centers on some characteristic aspect of that community and its religion or culture. Many festival celebrations focus on and seek to inform the community about social and ethnic traditions. Festivals have been around for a long time, and some of the oldest ones can be traced back to the UK in 1719. There are all types of festivals: religious, music, food, holiday, sports, social issues, and on and on and on. The past year forced the cancellation of the Yak Fest in St. Albans, West Virginia. The Yak Fest is an outdoor kayaking and music event held annually on the banks of the Cold River in St. Albans. It is estimated that thousands of people travel here to participate in the two-day event. In addition to the kayaking competition, there are food vendors, arts and craft vendors, face painting, craft beer stands, and organizations that want to share their information. For me, the highlight of the Yak Fest and many of the festivals that I attend is the free music that occurs. The main street of our small town was barricaded, a stage was set up, and several local music groups performed. Everyone I spoke with there was just so happy that the threat of COVID-19 had improved and that they were finally able to get out and be amongst people and enjoy themselves. The next weekend, we were able to attend the Charleston Festival, which occurred in downtown Charleston, our capital city. Capitol Street was blocked off, a stage was set up, and again, various musical performers entertained us with the different types of very good music and dance performances throughout the day. Besides being free, another great thing about these events is that you get to see people that you don't or haven't seen for a long time. So, if the opportunity presents itself, get out and enjoy a festival in your area. You'll be glad you did.
Okay, so they was cutting a mean rug, and I don't want to hear nothing about it, okay? West Virginia, yes, we have festivals. Yes, we dance too. We can wobble, baby, wobble with it. But no, real talk, we get in there. Yeah. But real talk, though, when I was growing up, we had nothing like that in West Virginia. So it's crazy to see that's my hometown city of St. Albans. It's crazy to see. Didn't that happen on Juneteenth, Snookabuka?
It did, but the crazy thing was the event was the Yak Fest, and that's a kayak event that they say brings 10,000 people to St. Albans, West Virginia every year. But they had this Yak Fest on Juneteenth, and the performers happened to be Black. And so at the end or toward the end of it, they say, you all might not know it, but this is Juneteenth. And so we're really going to turn it up now. So they got their
love that
celebration.
You all might not know it.
You said kayaks?
Kayak. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
10,000 people, VP,
Sounds
coming
like
down
water.
here.
Yeah.
Sounds
That
West
cold
Virginia.
river. That cold river has a mean current, and it brings in a lot of people.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, so I'ma just end the show with saying something that they said about Juneteenth in West Virginia. You may not know it, but we popping over here, Remotely Renee, PG Sports 10-year anniversary. Y'all catch us back again next week where we connect while being remote. We love y'all. Peace.